now moving on to the next module, which is a site plan review issue for in fire protection, right? Mostly, this is talking about the access of fire department to various buildings in case of the fire, the requirement of the road, the load bearing capacities, the weights, the lane, and all those things we are going to discuss under this module, right? So plan for fire apparatus access, fire department trucks and all should be submitted to the ASA for review and approval prior to the construction, because you know this is the one which is normally the first phase of the project. You have to make the road first, and then so you have to submit this one to the ASA for getting approval, right? And we must have to follow a approved fire department access road, right? Those access roads shall be provided for every facility, building, or portion of those areas constructed or relocated. The fire department access roads shall consist of roadways, fire lanes, parking lot lanes, or a combination of therefore. Right? The main idea about the access road is that the faster the fire service can respond and set up, the sooner they can begin to mitigate an incident. So this is the one of the requirement that you have to follow all those requirements for the site for the access of the fire department team. It will fasten the effectiveness of firefighting in case of the fire. It will reduce the damage to the life and properties. So NFPA 1, which is fire code, right, which is for fire code, says that as for 18.2321, the fire department access road shall extend to within 50 feet or 15 meter of at least one exterior road that can be opened from the outside and provide access to the interior of the building, right? So if this is our if this is our building, right, and this is our road, suppose this is our road getting in this location, the distance between this road and the fire department connection, right, or the exit of the building, should be maximum within 50 feet, right, not more than that as for NFPA 1. And the next clause is that when we have one or two family dwelling or townhouses where we have installed approved sprinkler system as per NFPA 13R or 13D, in those areas we can increase the length between the road to the nearest exit to 46 meters or 150 feet. Because the building is protected with the sprinkler system, the higher the maximum gap is allowed as for NFPA 1. Now we are talking about the vertical clearance, right, and horizontal clearance. The width of the road shall be 6.1 meter for the fire department access, and the minimum vertical clearance from the road should be at least 4.1 meter, so that it can go easily without any obstruction from the bridges and underground roads. So 4.1 meter is the vertical clearance, and 6.1 meter is the horizontal clearance, the width of the road. As we said, the dimension of the road, right, should be minimum 6.1 meter. While we are calculating the dimension of the road 6.1 meter, if you
Mr. Rafi,
yeah,
you talk this size about compound or houses, really?
this size for any combined compound or houses which require fire department trucks under civil defense jurisdiction.
Okay.
So minimum 6.1 meter we need to every housing and all, fire truck go inside the building.
Yeah, but now you talk about houses and compound.
Yeah, houses and all, and the compound in all those areas.
What about mall, for example, or school? Different, or I think different, right?
This road in the malls, in the houses, it is the same. Suppose there is a one mall, let's say in the Dammam, the road which is going to the mall, right, should be a lane of minimum 6.1 meter width up to the mall, or maybe to up to any building,
Yes,
which should be
clear.
protected by the fire department trucks should be 6.1 meter.
Okay, okay.
But in our area, it is not possible in most of the cases because the old building and more packed area, we cannot go inside. We can there is no chances for 6.1 meter. If we are going to some cities like Khobar and Dammam and Riyadh, the road is very narrow. But this is the requirement which followed. While following those requirements, if you can see this one, the 6.1 meter should be excluding this one. This is for the parking, right? So this should be the 6.1 meter from here to here. And it should be always free for the fire department team. There should be no parking or obstruction in this area 24/7. This is what our requirement says regarding the dimension. And we have the turning radius as per 18.2353 of NFPA 1. When a fire department goes at the last in and how they will turn their vehicles, right? So the minimum turning radius for the most restrictive fire apparatus should be considered, right? The trucks, how much space they need to turn their road, right? What should be the requirement for the turn around? Here we have one of the figures. If you can see that one, we have a T turn and we have a Y turn, right? This is a T turn condition and this is the Y turn condition, right? So the dead in fire department access road in excess of 150 feet, right, or 46 meter in length shall be provided with approved provision for fire apparatus to turn around. The dead end means uh, after that road is, so from that they have to take the back. Suppose this is the main road, right? This is the main road and the fire truck is coming to fight the fire in this area or in this areas. They are talking about this distance. Right? If this distance is more than 46 meter in length, we have to provide the turning requirement based on that one. So what should be the minimum length? As for the NFPA 1, this says that the minimum length equal to the length of longest fire apparatus, right? The bigger the trucks, based on that, you have to consider the turning radius, right? This road is 6 meter wide, but the turning radius should be based on the maximum length of the trucks, right, or the fire department vehicles, which they need to turn around after in case of the fire. So if they comes at this,
Mr. Rafi,
yeah,
this case is because can fire truck go go back, right? In the
for going back, they need turning what they want.
yes.
At the dead end location means at somewhere there is no road, so we have to give some spacing for turning back.
T and Y. Yeah?
Yeah, this is management from Life Safety Code 101 T and Y. So what they will do, this truck, if this truck they want to go back, this one, it will come first like this one, right? And once the truck is at this location, it will go back one into the reverse direction up to this. Once it will get reverse, it will go directly without any problem. But if you don't have anything for taking the turns, there will be a problem in case of the emergencies. Maybe they come to one location and the fire is at different places. So if there is no provision for that one, it will decrease the efficiency of the firefighting teams to fight the fire effectively. And then we have the requirement for the surface, right? The roads finishing and the surface for the fire department trucks. What should be the load for those fire apparatus shall be provided for all weather driving surface, right? and the requirement you can see for 82352 from the NFV one code. The load, how much load one fire trucks can withstand. So this should be also considered while planning the plan for a fire department access roads. If you can see in this figure, right, we have the four figures in this one, which says that this is totally fixed for the fire lane. So no one should keep their car in this area. It should be always free for the fire department team. And this should be 6.1 meter for the fire department teams, right? And then we have some signage, right? If we have, there should be signage, no parking. This is only for the fire lane, no parking fire lanes, and no parking fire lanes. Any sign we can put based on those areas and the requirements. The figure here in the left bottom talks about, there is some of the electronics gate. Now this electronic gate should be available to the fire department team in case of the fire. It should be open as soon as possible. This is what they're talking about. This is all about the fire department access road module third. Now we have some of the checklist, which I will include that one into the slide, right?